Hey guys, this is test 53, game 3. This is the burglary suspects game. It involves the confessions and non-confessions. I've laid out a diagram here that I'm going to explain. This is an ordering game. We know this because there are 7 consecutive days, 1 through 7. I put down a row for confessions or non-confessions, and then the 7 people themselves, the 7 suspects. Now, there are some rules here. They tell us that T's on 3, so I'll put down T on 3. They say the person on 4 did not confess. Then they say that we have W before S, so I put down W before S right here. Both X and V are after Z, meaning that Z is before both X and V. No one confesses after W. Then, so after W, no one else can confess. I'll just put down W and then NC right here. We don't know exactly what to do with that yet. Then exactly 2 people confessed after T. So we already know that W couldn't be on 1 or 2 due to the fact that we have confessions coming after T now. And we can't have the two confessions after T on 6 and 7 because then W would have nowhere to go. So I'm going to put down confessions on 5 and 6, put down non-confession on 7. That way we can have W before S, as must be the case, and still have everything after W be non-confessions. Given that W is before S, we can't have W on 7 because then S wouldn't be able to fit after it, and W having only non-confessions after it could only ever exist on 6 and 7. So the W before S rule limits W to being on 6 in particular, and then putting T on 3 and having 2 confessions after it, the 2 confessions on 5 and 6 work perfectly. Now remaining, we have Z before both X and V, as well as Y. We don't know exactly how this is going to play out here. It's still a little bit ambiguous. We know that Z can't be on either 4 or 5, so Z's got to be on either 1 or 2 for certain, and we'll flesh that out more as necessary over the course of the game. So question number 12, they jump right in with a could be true question. What could be the case? Could X be on 1? No, because Z's before it, so A is gone. Could V be on 2? V on 2 works perfectly fine. We could have Z before it on 1. Works well. B's our answer to 12. I will look at the rest though. Z on 4 doesn't work. Z's got to be 1 or 2 due to the fact that we have to fit both X and V after it. If Z was on 4, we could only fit one of those 2 after it. So C's gone. W on 5. No, W has to be on 6 in particular because only non-confessions appear after W. Then looking at E, S on 6. No, S is on 7. So E's gone, leaving B. Next, number 13, if Z were second. So if Z were second, we're going to have X and V interchangeable on 4 and 5. Then we will have Y coming earlier on 1. So they ask us, could be true except 4 of these things could be the case, 1 cannot be the case. So again, Y on 1, Z on 2, X and V interchangeable on 4 and 5. Could T confess? Yeah, no reason to think it couldn't. That's open-ended, so A is gone. Could T not confess? Yeah, again, it's vague. We don't know. Could V not confess? Yeah, if we had V on 4 and X on 5, V could be the non-confessor there, so C is gone. Could X confess? Yeah, if X were on 5, that could happen, so D is gone, leaving E. And then Y not confess? That's our answer. And if you look at it, Z being the second person to confess, that means Z's confessing and Y's confessing. That's the way to make Z second and Z be the second confessor. So for that reason, Y not confessing is impossible. Y does have to confess, so E is our answer to 13. Next, number 14, if Y is after V, so Y is after V, but before X. So giving us the general order V, Y, X, and of course, Z is before both X and V, so Z is going to come before all those guys. So we've got now Z on 1 for certain, V is going to go on 2, we'll have Y on 3, and X on 4. So what could be true? Could V not confess? Yeah, completely possible. No reason to think it couldn't happen, so A is our answer for 14. I will look at the rest, though. Y confessing is impossible. Y is a non-confessor, so B's gone. X did not confess. No, X is on 5, so it has to confess. C's gone. X on 4. No, X has to be on 5, so D's gone. And then Z on 2. No, Z's on 1, so E's gone, leaving A. Next, number 15. Who must go before T? Well, Z has to go before T because Z's on 1 or 2 due to the fact that it has to have both X and V after it, so choice E for 15. Next, number 16. If X and Y both confessed. So if X and Y both confess, that means that one of them is going to be on 5, of course, and we can't have the other one on 4 due to the fact that 4 is a non-confessing level. So for that reason, we'll have to have, one of x or y going on 1 or 2 as well for certain, meaning that v has to go on 4 because we're going to have z on 1 and then y/x on 2, or z on 2 and then y/x on 1. So that's why v has to go on 4. They're asking us what could be true except. So 4 of these things could happen, 1 cannot happen. Could v confess? No, v's on 4, which is a non-confessing level. So for that reason, A is actually our answer for 16. I will look at the rest though. X on 5, yeah, that could happen, so B's gone. Y on 1, yeah, Y could be on 1 and Z could be on 2, so C's gone. Could Z be on 1? Yeah, Z could be on 1 or 2, we don't know which. So D's gone. Then E, Z did not confess. Yeah, Z's on 1 or 2, we don't know whether it's confessing or not confessing, so E's gone, leaving A. Next, number 17, if neither X nor V confessed. So I'm going to put down X/V on 4, and neither of them will go on 5 because 5 is a confessing level. Therefore, we're going to have Y on 5 right here. And then since Z goes before both X and V, and one of X or V has to go on 1 or 2, we're going to have Z on 1 for certain. And then we will have V or X going on 2. I just don't have room to write it there on the space itself. So what must be true? I'll run through the choices. T confesses. No, we don't know whether T is confessing or not, so A is gone. V on 2. V could be on 2, but we could have X on 2 also, so B's gone. X on 4. X or V could be on 4. We don't know which, so C's gone. Y confesses. Yes, Y is on 5, which is a confessing level, so D is our answer. I will look at E, though. Z did not confess. We know Z's on 1, but we don't know whether it's confessing or not, so E's gone, leaving D.